I finally found the short stories from grade 6. They were under a bunch of stuff in my drawer, and I'm pretty sure I looked there, but I guess not.
I can see the shadows in the water on the ground. They follow me around.
I can't choose which one I want to do first, because one of them is better. Mine is better, just like it is, because my friend was not very good at English, and she's still not, but because she is very, French. I'm thinking I might do this one first, my friends, and then I was gonna draw a cover for the short story while I read it. Remember, this is grade 6, so we're kind of sucky. I'm gonna do Death Flame first, and then in the next time I do a short story video, I'll do mine. And now I'm gonna start reading it. Enjoy the video. So this was supposed to be a Halloween story, horror, or just a spooky story for Halloween that we made in grade 6. Okay, no more delays now, guys. It's time for me to read Death Flame. Okay, let's go. For real, I'm not gonna delay any longer now. Hi, I'm Jade. I was heading home. I can't decide on Jade's voice. Okay, I'm gonna try and make her sound cool because Jade seems like a cool girl name. Hi, I'm Jade, and this is my story. I was heading home from a normal day of school. I felt funny, like if someone was watching me from behind. This is something that she always said. Oh my goodness, every single time we had a sleepover, I feel like someone's watching us. And then it like ruined the whole mood, and then we both got freaked out. So then I ended up one time just telling her, oh, it's probably just an angel that's watching us. And she's like, oh yeah! And then she never said that again. But every single time she always said that, and it always freaked us both out. So it's kind of funny that she said that in this story. Anyway, I was at a big house. My house. The richest kind on the block. I was at a big house, my house, the richest kind on the block. I opened the heavy wooden door, then closed it softly, not wanting to disturb my parents. My feet were racing up the stairs, then turned to the corner to see a big room, my bedroom. Sorry to interrupt again, but I just wanted to say that me and my other friend, who's actually a character in my story, me and my other friend, we were having a sleepover one time, and we were reading her story, and we were just like absolutely making fun of it so hard. It was kind of funny. This girl that wrote this story, by the way, she is my best friend, I think. So it's fine if I make fun of her a bit, you know? Anyway, we were making fun of the fact that she did like I came to a big house, my house. I got to a room. My room. So then we just read the entire story, and we were like, my feet were racing up the stairs, my stairs, then turn the corner, my corner, to see a big room, my bedroom. The entire time, every single sentence. I felt funny, like if someone was watching me from behind. My behind. We did that the entire time, and we also we pronounced everything she wrote literally. Like, I thought somebody was wafting me from behind. The richest kid on the block. Okay, back to the story now. Where was I? By the time I reached my bed, it was already 8 p.m., which doesn't really make much sense, but okay. Sharp. It was 8 p.m. sharp, sorry. I guess I will miss supper tonight. I got comfortable and went to sleep like a baby that night, not knowing what tomorrow had in store for me. What the heck? How do you even read this? Not knowing what tomorrow had in store for me? I got down and skittered down to the kitchen for breakfast. I got ready for the day and went to school. On my way there, I realized it was Halloween morning. I finally reached Madison Mitchell School? I don't know what that says, but okay. It's Madison. Okay, Madison. I should make a video about Madison. Oh my goodness. It's not a real person, by the way, but that was like an entire thing. I will make a video about Madison because it is so dumb and so kind of funny. I'm gonna do that, but Madison was a thing, and it was supposed to be all spooky, which is why it's funny that she chose Madison as the name for the school. It adds to the spookiness if you know the story, which I will explain in another video. I will do that. I'm adding it to my list of video ideas as I speak. At 10 a.m., it was now math, and after this, the party. But when I smelled smoke coming from the science lab, the science lab, I excused myself and went to see what smelled. The fire alarm went off. 10 minutes later, I was now stuck in between mountains of flames, and I felt the smoke in my throat. I was weak. Soon, I was on the floor and coughing my final and weak breath. Theo here. And this is where the story gets kind of weird. The story gets kind of sus and kind of takes a weird turn. 2019, which is the year this was in, by the way. The year that we wrote this was 2019. That's so cute. 2019. Flame and Sylvia, the naughtiest kids in the whole school, decided to come and visit my grave on Halloween night. Hey Flame, we are here. Wait, what? I'm gonna give her a stupid voice. Cause whose name is Sylvia? Your name is Sylvia. Hey Flame, we are here. Good. We've been walking for hours, Sylvia. Then they were here. This one. Are you sure? Yes, Sylvia said. Look, Jade Bloom. That's the one. Then they started to pour some sort of goo, like a potion, on the grave. And I was a spirit. A living spirit. I greeted them, and we become friends. Then I flew away, up to heaven. And they never heard of Jade again. The end. That was a thing. As you can see, not the strongest story ever. You could tell that she wrote this. The part where she flew away to heaven, that's definitely her. It's not a bad thing at all, but like, that's definitely her. A lot of pretty bad spelling mistakes, also story mistakes that kind of... It's in grade 6, okay? This was in grade 6. Also, if you're like, bro, what? You're in grade 6 and you spell that bad still? You have to know that we go to a French school and her family is mostly French, so she probably, if I had to guess, reads mostly French books, or at least at that time she did. She probably reads both pretty like equally, so that is why she was never good at writing English. And French, I don't know, I think she was probably okay at it. Yeah, but anyway, that is the story. Now I'm gonna go draw it. This is the finished drawing, the finished cover of it. 3 hours, pretty much on the dot. I think like 3 hours and 6 minutes-ish. And it's, I think it's mostly good. The problems I think I would have with it is that she looks too old to be in the age that she's probably supposed to be. When I like read the story, I usually imagine her in grade 6, but I clearly didn't draw her as a 6th grader. So then I was thinking she was probably like in high school, but she also looks a bit too old to be in high school, but you know. We can just bend your imagination a little bit, suspend, what is it called? Suspend your belief for a second to just, this is the girl in the story, okay? It is, because that's what it is now. And obviously it's not perfect. Like the words are also not extremely visible. I mean, they're visible enough to read, but like if it was actually a cover, you would probably want the title to be more seeable, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's mostly good, especially for 3 hours. For me, that's very good, at least. For me, this, like, 3 hours for this is very good. The chin, like, down here, it's a little hard to, like, I feel like it wouldn't be so bright, and I should have probably, like, brought the lighting down a little bit more and added some shadows, but, who cares? You know, it's fine. It's good enough. It's good enough, right? I think so. I think it's good enough. I gave her some jade eyes and a jade necklace. And I was gonna give her a choker before. You could see that in the time lapse, obviously, that I was gonna give her a choker, but then the reason I did that was because her neck looked empty. There was nothing there. But then I remembered, oh my goodness, I love neck tendons. I think they're tendons. I love them. Oh my goodness, I don't know why, just neck tendons and collarbones. Oh my goodness, I love those so much. Yeah. Ooh. So I added that in the drawing instead of just her having a blank neck. And her face was looking a little bit bald, like her head, not her face, sorry. Her face was looking a little bit bald, but I tried to fix it. I think it looks pretty decent. Also, I hope I didn't add too many like stray hairs like flying around, you know, like the really thin ones, because I love doing that, except I sometimes add too much, and I might have added too much here, but I think it looks fine. But maybe I just have like art blindness right now, and I'm gonna look at this in like a few weeks and I'm gonna be like, what the heck, Abekiosis? What were you thinking when you did this, you sus I don't, anyway. That is my drawing. Also, I was gonna add like some goo somewhere in there, but I didn't know how to add that in without it like looking weird, so I didn't add goo. You know, like from the ending where the random kids pour random goo on her random grave. Oh, I just remembered. I was gonna sort of just say like what I would do, like if to just change the story real quick. There was some random things in the story, like why was it Halloween? Wait, I'm just gonna go get it real quick. But I think a way to like just quickly make this story better, you have to remember it was supposed to be spooky. There was like zero foreshadowing in here, so there was not any suspense. It was just she just went to school and it happened to be Halloween and there was a fire, and then on like the last page there was some random kids that pour goo on her grave and then she flew to heaven, which doesn't really make sense. So what I would do instead is I would put some foreshadowing at the beginning, maybe like, oh, there have been fires around town recently, guys, and nobody knows what's going on. There's been a person with a mask or something. I'm just making this up on the spot. Maybe she like walked down the stairs and she heard something about that, like, oh, a strange masked man has been appearing around town lately and has been setting fires, guys. Ooh. And there was like some sort of like message or something that mentioned their school. I don't know. There was no real reason for it to be Halloween other than just, ooh, spooky. So that kind of is unnecessary. I mean, she could still add it if you want, but like, it could be like, he's like leaving candies of where like he's gonna do the thing next, and then she walks and she's like, oh, what is this strange candy over here? And then the school ends up, if that makes sense, you know, like if he's gonna like light up a restaurant or something, he's gonna like leave some candies at the door, so it has to do with Halloween, and then they're gonna be like, whoa, what the? Then he goes, and later on he lights it up, and she like walked past the door, and then she's like, oh, what is this strange candy? And then obviously you know, like, oh, it's about to happen, guys. It's about to get lit on fire, guys. And then like later she could be like in the fire, right? And then she's like looking around and she's like, somebody help me, guys. Ooh, but then she hears everybody running out the school already, and she's like, oh, nobody's gonna hear me. The fire alarms are too loud, you know? And she like looks up, and then out the window she sees the masked dude staring at her. That would be creepy. And then like maybe he takes off the mask, he or she, because I don't know, and then it's like, what the? I know you, or something. I don't know. And then maybe just leave out the entire part after it with the kids and the goo, because that made zero sense. I mean, she could still have the part with her where she like floats up to heaven. That's fine. It's kind of out of place, but like if you want to add that, that's cool. So if I would rewrite this story, I would make it, she like walks down the stairs and she hears on the news, strange candy has been appearing on like doorsteps or whatever, and then later on it gets lit on fire, and then she sees like a thing of candy that was like knocked over or something, so nobody else saw it, but she did, and she thought, oh, it's probably like a prank, it's probably nothing. And then later on the fire happens, but she's already in the fire. Nobody could hear her yelling because the fire alarms and everyone was trying to get out. And then she then she looks up, then outside the window she sees the dude that has been lighting the fires, and then he takes off the mask and she's like, what the freaking Among Us? And then she goes to heaven, you know? I think that would be better. But also this is a 6th grade story, so standards can't be this high, guys. But yeah, that's what I would do. I think it would make much more sense, give there a reason for it to be Halloween, because the candy, it would give there a reason for it to be more spooky, you know? There would be a reason for the fire to happen, you know? It's not just, oh, there's a fire, that's scary, right? But not scary in like the spooky way. It's scary in like the, oh man, that's scary way, you know? The normal scary, not the spooky scary. Which is what this was supposed to be. It's supposed to be a spooky story, but it was more just a fire in her school, and then some kids poured goo, which didn't make any sense, once again. So that's what I would do. And yeah, now I'm done. You know what? If this gets 10 likes, that's right, 10 likes, I'll do the next short story. That's right, 10 whole likes. And if it takes too long, I might just get impatient and do it anyway. Okay, bye.